As you call that radio TV, we are live for the Friday night phone-in, and it's an absolute honour to just you call that radio. You can call that radio tonight. Hold on, I need to turn the background music off. I can't concentrate. So it's call that radio TV. It's Friday night phone-in, which means you can call that radio tonight if you want to come on the show. If you've got something to promote a new release, or you just want to talk shite, give me a message and I'll get you on. But we've got a very special guest tonight, all the way from I think Derry. I don't actually know that though, but I met him in Derry, and absolutely blew us away. George Houston is here. George, can you hear me okay?
Yep, all good. How are you?
Amazing. I was assuming that you're from Derry, but that actually, I don't know that at all. Where are you from Derry?
I'm just across the border in Donegal, so close enough.
Donegal, no, that's good. No, let's get it right. Let's get things right here. But yeah, just as I was saying, we went and played a gig. Me and Joe went and did a wee acoustic thing at the Millennium Centre. Is that what it's called?
At the Millennium Forum, yeah.
The Forum. That's what everyone calls it. The Forum. The local knowledge calls it the Forum. We're calling it the Millennium Forum or whatever. But yeah, it was shouts to Francis of the Dead Thatchers, who's been on the show before. So he invited us along. We had a great time. And yeah, I think you were the star of the show. It was an acoustic setup. Absolutely loved it. We couldn't believe how good you were. And then it's been great watching your development just since January, from what I knew, because I thought you've got a full band now. And today you've just dropped an EP called Pain. So what is this? I mean, I don't actually know because I've only known you since January. Is the band thing a reasonably new thing, or have you always had a band in the background and I just caught you in an acoustic night?
No, I always, but since before this, it was kind of just had mixes and loops for drums and kind of synthesized basses and not really the live thing. So I've had a band for maybe just coming up to a year now, so it's relatively new and I think a lot more fun.
It's fun being in a band, there's no doubt about it. It's also a bit of a nightmare trying to coordinate, but so far
it's
okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but I think it's worth getting all the schedules together to meet up in the end.
Like a Google document or something. How do you do it? I've been doing it for about, I think I've had my band for about 14 years now, 12 years. We have had about 62 band members. So, you know, if someone can't do it, I just get someone else to do it. There was a period of about 4 years where I was like, if one band member can't do it, then none of us do it. You know, one for all.
Aye.
One for one and one for all. Is that what the Musketeers say? But I had to just ditch that idea because literally everyone there was always one person too busy. So then nothing ever happened. Just nothing. So, yeah, people are like, oh, you're like Marky Smith, The Fall. So I Googled that. And Marky Smith's only had about 52 band members over 40 years. So Gyro Babies are definitely are doing, I was going to say better, but that's obviously a worse thing. Who's in the chat? We've got Lou Rogerson. That was terrible intro music. It's actually, they're just giving us, StreamYard's given me a bunch of royalty-free music to use from intro, and it was called Acoustic Cinematic or something, and it was a bit pish. But don't worry, Ali Grant, I apologise for the bad music, but we're going to solve that right now with some brilliant music. Ali Grant, missing you lot. Missing you too. Hopefully see you at Gallus Adventures next week. Troopers, I'm well, CJ. Hello. Hello, Stuart, who I believe has his ticket for Gallus Adventures. We'll talk about Gallus Adventures a little bit later on because we've got some guests that are going to be on later on who are going to be part of that. But I think what would be quite good to do just now, George, is because for the I imagine most of the Call That Radio viewers or listeners have heard your music before. So we've got lined up here. I think you're better off pronouncing it than me. Could you tell me, first of all, what that actually means? Because I love the song, and it's a great video.
Thank you.
But I don't actually know what it means. So if you could just give us a wee introduction to this music video, we'll all watch the music video together, and everyone who's watching, leave a comment and let us know what you think.
It's called In Aeternum Vive, so it's Latin for live forever. It's kind of inspired by a film. It's kind of a cult classic, Death Becomes Her, and she's selling eternal life to Meryl Streep, and the song's kind of about whether or not you'd want to live for her. I don't know. It's kind of audience interpretation as well, so that's the idea.
Absolutely. Enjoy this, people. This is George Houston, live from Donegal. New EP called Paying Out Today, and enjoy this. It's amazing.
We are creatures of the spring, you and I, in aeternum vive. Is it a crime that I don't wanna die? In aeternum vive. I bet life's so pleasant, kicking back in your antidepressants. Just wish they didn't change the way you feel about me. Wishful thinking, that's my thing. You've been drinking all of my gin. I really don't mind, I really don't care, as long as you're there. As long as you're there. As long as you're there. You're becoming your mother, I heard. In aeternum vive. Since she died, we don't talk about her. In aeternum vive. I bet life's so pleasant, kicking back in your antidepressants. Just wish they didn't change the way you feel about me. Wishful thinking, that's my thing. You've been drinking all of my gin. I really don't mind, it's better than beer, as long as you're here. 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 In aeternum vive. In aeternum vive. I've been life so pleasant, kicking back
Amazing. George Houston from the new EP,
Thank you.
Pain, out now. Let's go to the comments.
Thank you very much.
Mary W says, beautiful. Oh, I think that's the look of awe. It's a jaw drop. It's a jaw drop emoji, I believe. Wow, says Stuart Graham. Ali Grant says, he almost has a country type vocal, but when you add it with the music, it's a really decent sound. Defo like the build up at the end. Thanks, says Epi. Colette says, hi folks, that tune is bra. Lads bra tea. Love Baby Doll. Stunning voice, loving that. Project 64 saying, this is sick. Definitely going to check out the project. Yeah, keep the comments coming in, guys. It is genuinely incredible music. And I think, Ali just pointed out, I hadn't really thought of it before, but a country vocal, is there country in your influences, or what do you think?
Oh, big time. I think when people ask what genre I am, I like to imagine myself kind of in the 70s when there was experimentation in music, but also there was that folk and country influence at the same time. And I love that period in music development where there's still that hold on to the past, but there was a lot of experimentation with new synths and new sounds, and I love that whole era. So yeah, country vocals that's what I'm going for. So it's a big compliment. Thank you.
Amazing. Well spotted, Ali. Yeah, I suppose it kind of like, there's a bit of country in there. Yeah, I can hear the kind of retro vibe that you're going for. Those kind of, those classics records that they don't really make anymore, where you had actual vocals that you can believe in, if that makes sense. You actually believe them when they sing.
I suppose. Yeah. But thank you very much.
The EPs, it's not all like that in the EP though. Like if you listen to the lead single, Pain, that definitely seems to be going down a more rock and roll route. What can people expect from the EP?
I suppose the unexpected would be a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I do like mixing genres. I'm kind of anti being playlistable, which sounds bad, but it's kind of a fuck you to the music industry, because if there's a story behind each song, and I don't really care what genre it is, as long as I'm conveying the story, that's my goal. So yeah, expect the unexpected, and all of the songs are kind of they're more morbid. I'm doing a kind of a Halloween album, and all these songs are going to be on the album, but all the songs they're kind of morbid. They're about the destruction of mind and your body and soul, and there's going to be some more spooky music videos with them as well. So I suppose spooky would be the best word as well. I don't know.
Spooky. And is it, so the album, have you got a release, is it going to be dropping on Halloween exactly?
It's going to be out on Friday the 13th of October.
Friday the 13th, I love it. See, we've got a spooky song, and we only do a spooky song once every 4 years. We'd like to do a spooky song once every 4 years, but we haven't recorded it yet, and we haven't got a video for it yet, and I feel like we're running out of time.
What's it about?
It's about true crime. Obviously, but I've kept it nice and vague so people can make up their own mind about what it's about. But I'll tell you, George, it's based on being forced to watch true crime. In fact, I wonder in a way if I was inspired by you, because I think you had a song which it was written after this, so I've actually just linked this together. Maybe it was inspired partly by what you said. You were talking about how, was it about the fact that murderers are kind of put on a platform or something?
Aye, that is it's the title track of the album. It's called Vehicular Suicide, and it's kind of about how this romanticizing of serial killers and them being put up on these pedestals and platforms is kind of like us egging them on, and it's kind of like suicide in a way, because we're encouraging all of this murderous behavior. So yeah, definitely similar themes.
Do you think it's dangerous to watch too much true crime? Because obviously they say that, you know, you are what you eat and you are what you consume. So if you're just watching these documentaries all the time, it can't be good for you.
Yeah, I suppose I'm a big horror fan in general, but when people are kind of making entertainment out of these true stories, it's kind of tricky when to know when it's a documentary and when it's entertainment. It's like, where do you draw the line? So yeah, could be dangerous.
So mine is about a guy who just watches too much of it, but he starts solving the cases. So I avoided it. I didn't go down. It was like maybe about halfway through lockdown. Jo got me into it. She watches a woman called Kendall Ray, and there's a guy called GCS on YouTube who kind of does, he reviews interrogations. It's actually quite interesting. I'll call it like GCS. So he's basically like breaking down how he's lying. And basically if the guy says in the interrogation room, it was a typical ordinary day, you know, let's go back, what happened when you found these people? They always start with, well, it was just a typical ordinary day, and that means that they're guilty. Guilty as fuck. Guilty. If they say it was a typical ordinary day, 90% of the time. There is a 10% of the time where the person's in shock and they just say it was a typical ordinary day. But if I'm the detective of the case and you say it's a typical ordinary day, you're guilty. I'm gonna think it's you. But yeah, so the song doesn't have a name yet, but I think it's called Ordinary Day. And it's about a guy who's solving the cases. You know, he gets a bit addicted to solving, you know, from his armchair. And then he kind of becomes a bit of a vigilante. And then maybe he becomes a killer. I don't want to spoil the song. It's all right. It doesn't exist yet. But I like what you said earlier on about, you know, you don't want to give away the song, away too much of the song, because you want it to be open to the listener's interpretation. Because I think that's important as well. It's nice to have a direct song, but I think I've kind of got the balance right between telling a story if you want to hear it, but there's enough vague language in there that you can make up your own story, because that's part of the fun when you're listening to music and lyrics.
Yeah.
How important is the lyrics process? You strike me as someone that actually cares about your words and you actually spend time on them, which can't be said for everybody.
I think I like describing music as either a song or a composition, and I think some artists, when they're writing words, the words is just so you can put a voice in and use it as an instrument. But and then when it's a song, it's more like, oh, the words mean something. But I do love, I write a lot of poetry, and a lot of the times the poetry makes its way into the song, so it's a big part for me anyway.
And when do you know that you've done a good one? Do you know? Do you writing and you're going, this is a good one? Or do you wait? Do you not find out until you've actually taken it to the band or performed it live?
Well, yeah, I think the ones that are more like therapy, I I tend to like them. And then when I play it in front of other people, it might be a little too harsher things. And then sometimes songs are more vague and it applies to more people. But yeah, I always think that I know, oh yeah, this is a good one. And then it's not the one people want to hear. And then with the ones I think, I don't know if I should put this out, it's the ones that do well. So I wish I knew, but I'll just keep putting them all out.
I've noticed that especially with spoken word. If you're obviously you've done poetry as well. When I've done spoken word, there's a line that I'm proud of, but yet there's a line that's like a kind of setup line that people laugh at or gets a reaction, and it just somehow must sound funny the way you say it or something happens. Go to the comments. Hold on. Hi folks. That tune. Oh, sorry. There we go. Can we get another tune from George? I'm with Ali. One more tune. Yes, we can. Yes, remember Yarrow Sworn to Secrecy. Don't, spoiler alert, my unreleased song, anyone out there. And Enemy Within. Send me the link. Is antisocial worker, grime poet. I'm waiting on my laptop to log in for 7:45. Alright, so Paul Ellens, I think, is going to call that radio a wee bit later on. We've also got a special guest warming up in the background as well, in the green room area. But of course, there's time for one more tune from George. We're going to pick, because we're not going to play something from the new EP. If you want something from the new EP after the show, just type in George Houston into Spotify, Apple, I think all of them.
Yeah. Anywhere.
I've made my orange juice too strong. Doting juice.
Good.
It's so strong it tastes like Golden Virginia tobacco. And I'm off the backy. Yes, so what Wake, you've got hundreds of classics already. So you've got lots of great videos. Do you have a preference of what we should go for next?
In a couple of days, it's going to be 3rd anniversary of the first song I put out. It's called Boo Fucking Who. Might be worth watching.
It's funny, the internet actually censored you there. Like, there was just a brief moment at the internet buffered. And it sounded like you censored yourself. Boo and Who. So Boo Fucking Who it is. So you've picked it. So it's 3-year anniversary since your first song came out. Amazing. Well, I think we should play it. And how much stuff is out there for people to check out?
2 albums out and 1 on the way.
And I'm just going to put the YouTube link in the comments as well for people to give everyone that's on YouTube. We're streaming live to Facebook and Twitch as always, but anyone who's on Facebook or Twitch, please go to youtube.com/you call that radio. It looks better and it sounds better. If you're already on YouTube, then click that link quickly that I've put in the comments and subscribe to George's YouTube channel. We're at 528 subscribers. We can definitely get that to about 540 or 550 if everybody's tuned in. Just clicks the link and hit subscribe. Let's get the numbers up a wee bit. You'll get diarrhea if you don't dilute your juice properly. That's what I'm told. Is this true? True or false? I was brought up to believe that too much diluting juice, it certainly gets you diarrhea.
It's a big controversy.
It's a big controversy. It's a conspiracy. It's a cover-up. Does it actually? We'll try and solve that. We'll try and solve the mystery, because that's what we're here to do, is solve mysteries on the Friday night phone-in. We're going to go with Boo Fucking Who. A track 3 years old. This is it. Let's go.
Came here for a reason. I'm not leaving till I am done. And this is crime, this is treason. Sacred duty, it ain't fun. I'm here for the cry fest. Not leaving till I am done. I'm fucking moping. Can't be seen by anyone. So boo fucking who. Apologies for being a downer. And boo fucking who. I guess I'm gonna turn my frown upside down. Then not for you. Ooh, oh, do you think you are? Telling me not to cry as I try to get over you. Ooh. Tears, streaming tears, running down my cheek. Don't care what the neighbors say, I don't know what people think. And water everywhere, and vodka down the sink. Water everywhere, but not a sup to drink. I'm here for the cry fest. Not leaving till I'm done. I'm fucking moping, can't be seen by anyone. So boo fucking who. Apologies for being the downer. And boo, fucking who? I guess I'm gonna turn my frown upside down then, but not for you. Do you think you are to tell me not to cry as I try to get over you? Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 oh. 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 Apologies for being the downer. And boo, fucking who? I guess I'm gonna turn my frown upside down then, but not for you. Do you think you are to tell me not to cry as I try to get over you? Singing boo, fucking who? Apologies for being the downer. And boo, fucking who? I guess I'm gonna turn the frown upside down then, but not for you. Do you think you are? Tell me not to cry as I try to get over you.
As you call that radio TV, we are live with the Friday night phone in, and our first caller is George Houston, who has a brand new EP called Pain out today. I recommend you check it out. I've heard it for the first time today and absolutely love it. It's just came out and I've been a fan since January, and I've been listening to all your stuff. I've been playing your music every time anyone gives me in charge of YouTube at a house party, and it's just a shame that we didn't get you over to Scotland for festival season because it didn't get cancelled. But let's get you to Scotland soon, because it looks like we've got a whole bunch of new fans here. We've got Stuart saying, what a voice. Voice is hypnotic, says Lou. Troy Sylvan has competition in my house now. CJ saying, voice is absolutely amazing, man.
Thank you.
And Epi says, nice family listening track to introduce himself with boo fucking who. Do you know what?
Sorry.
I like the way that you swear in your songs, and I think that you use swearing very well. Nothing says fuck like the word fuck sometimes, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate at times.
Is it called I Hate That I Love You?
Oh, I Hate Love. That's an angry one.
I Hate Love, yes. That's got some really nice timed swearing as well. We've got a few callers actually lined up, so you can stay, by the way, George. You're not getting flung out. It's the Friday night phone-in. It's just going to start getting a bit more chaotic as we bring in more callers who have probably got either things to sell yous or shite to speak. One question that I'm trying to ask every single time I'm on, especially when I'm speaking to someone from Donegal or somewhere that I'm not as familiar with, is Blackbird and Crow from Donegal?
I believe they are, yes.
Blackbird and Crow, we've had them in the show. Absolutely amazing. Is there anyone else from Donegal? You don't need to limit to Donegal, because just Ireland in general, because I do try and keep up to date with a few Irish playlists and stuff. But is there anyone that I should be checking out and maybe try and getting on the show?
Tramp is a band from Derry. They're drummers in my band as well.
I've heard them
I love
because
them.
told me that. You've told me that before, but thanks for reminding me. I've got Tramp. Okay.
I think they're fantastic.
They're very good.
I do like Sarah Toner from she's from Antrim. Yeah, there's loads of acts around. Sarah Toner. Close to serotonin.
Sarah Toner. Oh, that's a great name. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've not heard that before, so I'll check that one out. And the EP is out now. Pain. We've got our next caller, and have we still got the countdown? We've still got the phone call thing. Where is that? Where is the phone call? I think this is it, maybe.
Your call is very important. Please
It's GLUCO.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Welcome to the Friday night phone in. It's George Houston. We've got GLUCO. It's a party now. What is happening, GLUCO? You have been through the wars, man. You are rocking that eye patch, I must say. I think we've got to start with why you're wearing an eye patch.
I well, kind of lost the sight in my left eye. I think it was just complication. Just like not looking after myself in my teenage years with my diabetes. It's kind of catching up to us, man. There's still a chance of it coming back, but I've been referred for a surgery where they have to take your eyeball out and wash the gel off it.
Fuck's sake, man.
So that's exciting, man. And then when I was at the eye hospital on Thursday about my left eye, and they're like, we'll just start the laser on your right eye so it doesn't end up with your left eye, and then you can see my right eye, I can still see out it, but it fucking looks worse than the other one.
Wow, man. Fuck's sake, mate.
So it's been a rough cutouts, man. But you know,
and this is at the same point as you just wrote your happiest ever album.
I know, man.
You actually, because obviously,
out,
if you don't know, George GLUCO's an amazing hip hop artist from Coatbridge in Scotland, and you know it's quite Coatbridge is quite depressing. So as a result, it usually makes for some depressing music. But you know, GLUCO kind of comes with that Mac Miller swag, and does sprinkle a bit of hope in there. But he's actually went all out and made a happy EP called Sunny Days. Do you actually have a video that we can maybe just play just now?
Well, the song's on YouTube. It's not actually an EP. It's just a single, man. But if you just type in GLUCO Sunny Days, like that topic thing will come up. But we've got a lyric video that will be coming out soon.
Okay, so let's go for that. So yeah, you've got it here, Sunny Days with Prophet 6'4". Right, okay, so let's just... But yeah, the new album is positive. Am I getting things mixed up? Because I'm sure you played...
It's because we done that gig when I previewed that EP, like the second half of IDKM, but that's not out yet, man.
Okay, can we not just play something from that then? Actually.
If you want, we could play Sunny Days, because that came out last week, man. And
shut up, Mark, and play the single, basically. Right, okay, we'll do that. Let's go for that. This is Sunny Days with Prophet 6'4", who's in the comments, because he said, ahoy matey. So Prophet 6'4" with another one, an amazing producer. This is the single, this is Sunny Days. Let us know in the comments what you make of this one.
It's a beautiful day. We don't get many, we ain't used to them days. So we should make use of them days, even if it's only a few days, yeah. Make the most of every moment, even the littlest things are important. Memories are memories, and I've been living life. They'll remember me for being me and being free and doing what I like, yeah. That's one's for the sunny days. Keep on running, but watch who you're running with. Gotta be careful of the snakes, gotta be careful of them. This one's for the sunny days. Put on this tune, get lost and just run away. Forget your problems for one more day. Remember that's gonna be okay. Remember that's gonna be okay. There's parts for when the rain starts, when the pain stops. So does the heart when I feel like I'm slowing down. I don't stress because I know that I'm gonna go far. I'm a star in the making, without doubt. Every track's amazing, I don't need clout. I'm in the clouds, that's my place. And I'm just stating the facts, man, I'm the greatest. I said I'm the greatest, I don't need clout. I'm in the clouds, that's my favourite place. Sun's out, taps off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. That's once for the sunny days. Keep on running, but watch who you're running with. Gotta be careful of the snakes. Gotta be careful of the... That's once for the sunny days. Put on this tune, get lost and just run away. Forget your problems for one more day. Remember that's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Remember that's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Remember that's gonna be okay. That's once for the sunny days. Keep on running, but watch who you're running with. Gotta be careful of the snakes. Gotta be careful of the... That's once for the sunny days. Put on this tune, get lost and just run away. Forget your problems for one more day. Remember that's gonna be okay. Keep dreaming.
To call that radio the Friday night phone in, and just want to say thank you to all the patrons. Fucking adverts. We don't have adverts. That's just a wee indent, one of them, because we don't have adverts because we've got patrons. So thanks to everybody who supports the show at patreon.com/you call that radio, and to the significantly less YouTube members who use the super chat or they become YouTube members. Thank you, because you keep the show going. It's £3 a month to sign up to Patreon, and if you're a patron or a YouTube member, we're going to invite you to Gallus Adventures, which is a party we're having next Saturday to end festival season, and it's going to be good. Basically, we've got a band, an outdoor tent. I mean, the weather's looking good. It looks like it's going to be 16 degrees with just a couple of showers, and it's going to be sunny. And it's bring your own bottle, free camping, free food included in your ticket. And I'm buzzing for it. We've got the DJs to announce tomorrow, and we've got a couple of bands to announce tomorrow as well. But I just wanted to quickly show you the lineup so far. But yeah, you might have noticed that I've actually done quite a lot, because festival season's wrapping up now. So it's given me more time to do stuff for the YouTube channel and for the podcast. And it means, right now, basically, I'm at that point where festival season's over. I'm losing some weight by chasing my invoices, as always, trying to get paid by the festivals. But technically, I'm unemployed. So I've done This Is The News. I've done about 7 This Is The Newsies on the YouTube channel. We did the Slug interview last night. We got into a fight with UEFA because they banned me because I tried to promote the sport of football. I tried to do them a favour and they said that I was in violation of copyright or some shit. But yeah, it's now more than ever, if you enjoy the show, sign up to the Patreon, because if we could double the patrons, I could just do this and not have to do a real job. And I would just every day make new things and interview new people. So please don't make me get a real job, and we could just do this and we could just make stuff every day. So this is the tent. This is for all the patrons and the YouTube members. Gyro Babies headlining, Doss headlining, Urban Ting headlining, Errol of Hell, Tony Chimeric, who will maybe play later on, who is the Jerry Cinnamon's alter ego, Sev K, Anna Secret Poe and the Danger Dudes, Unholy Frankenstein, Time Gypsy, Helmholtz Watson, I'm not sure I'm saying that right because I've only seen it written down, but it's one of my friends' alter egos. And the hip hop takeover, we've got Tickle, Queen of Harps, Kamehameha, Sweet Rogue, Shelto Mel, Dead Ends, Apocalypse. Dead Ends, by the way, that's Stevie Creed, the Brooklyn Scotsman who's been on the show before. Apocalypse Theorists and more. We've got the Glasgow Fire Spinners and the Club Anyway in Rave Cave is going to be announced later on tonight. If you're a Patreon or you're a supporter of You Call That Radio in any way and you want to go to the party next Saturday, 1 p.m. till late, very late, very late, and then give me a message. There's buses all night that run from Glasgow and Edinburgh. Send me a message and we'll sort you out. There's only very limited tickets left. We're live with George Houston and GLUCO. And we just listened to Sunny Days. And it's class. Doss's class says Prophet 64, who made the beat to the last song we heard. I like them, says Stuart. And we've got, yeah, baby, buzzes through the roof for it. Love these events. Stuart's looking forward to it as well. That's the Patreon link if you want to support the show. That bass line's class, by the way. It says Prophet 64, who made the bass line. Liking that, Sunshine, says Stuart. And then there's some chat about that Lou had to leave. Well, no more eyeball chat, I assure you, Lou. Don't worry. Brave man, says Stuart. So, GLUCO, what is happening? What is next for no more eyeball chat for now? Just for let's focus on the music. What is next musically?
We've got quite a few things in the pipeline. That I think the last time I spoke to you, like I was saying, like, because at this point, like me and Prophet just like we just don't stop making tunes, man. So we have got like a few different projects just sitting here, there, and everywhere, and but we're probably going to release a few singles. Like obviously that was like that Sunny Days was like different to like our usual kind of style of music. It's a bit more mainstreamy, man. So like probably release a few tunes like that and then just take it for there, man, because we've probably got enough tunes sitting there like to release for the next 3 years without writing any more tunes, man. So there's plenty.
Amazing. Also, I'm going to edit your set that you did for the Sound Speakeasy. I'm going to edit that out and upload that as well, man. So we'll get that out soon. George, what did you make of that? Are you familiar with the genre of Scottish hip hop?
No, but I'm gonna be. I really liked it. I love the artwork. Did you do that yourself or get someone to do it for you?
No, it was Prophet as well, man. Prophet does everything.
Really?
Man.
Prophet 64 with another one.
It went well with the song, very well. Like selling summer, definitely.
And the rainiest day that we've had for months, but that's what we needed, a wee bit of sunshine.
It's full of sunny days. It doesn't have to be a sunny day when you listen to it, man. Like,
it brings the sunshine out. Oh, that's the phone.
Your call is very important.
Jodie Ark.
Hello. I wondered what was happening there. I was like, what? The phone?
Yeah, that's the phone. I had a better one. I don't know what happened to the old school phone ringing. In fact, I took it away because I watched it on the telly and I realised that the noise of the actual phone ringing that I had before, it was like one of those old landline things getting picked up. And nobody had told me how ridiculously loud the thing was. But I watched something back in YouTube and it just was too loud. It's like 10 times louder than the conversation. So I took that one away because it scared people away. But Joe, you've met you know GLUCO, you know George.
Yeah, hello, how you doing? All right?
Joe was
How are
also
you?
in the forum in January.
What's that?
Oh yes, I
Oh
remember
yeah,
well.
yeah, and Terry, yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I loved your gig, George. That was great. Probably my highlight
Thank you
actually
very
of
much.
that little trip. It was amazing.
The plan was we were going to
Great
go
fun.
and take our band to Ireland run about October time, but it's been such a long highs and lows this summer. It's been really tough in some places. It's been amazing in others, but it's been a long summer. So it's now September, so we won't be going to Ireland in October. But we would love
No.
to just do. We've got a friend who says, I don't know if she was saying that we could just stay in a place, or she was saying that we could get mates rates. And I don't know what mates rates means, like how expensive it would be. But the idea is that maybe we could go on a band holiday, like just go to Ireland for maybe 8 days, and then just do a couple of gigs round about that, and then have a place to stay and just drive to places like Donegal. And where should we be hitting in Ireland, George? Where would you recommend if you're? Because obviously we're not that well known in Ireland, but we've got a few fans spread about. But we're not bothered about the money thing. We want to prove ourselves in Ireland first. So if you were to pick 4 places, 4 gigs, what would be who we should be aiming to go to?
Okay. I think maybe Bennigan's and Derry would be a good shout. They're always, I think, they'd be right up your street. They do fantastic kind of more rockier gigs, and then maybe the Cottage in Letterkenny. I go there all the time. So you can just go there so that I can go see you as a regular.
Amazing.
Maybe, gosh, I don't know. Donegal and Derry has a great kind of music scene. You could go to Sandino's in Derry. I played there
We've been to
a good
Sandino's.
few times, yeah,
That's where we
it's a
went
great,
for our.
it's a great
That's
venue.
where we went after the forum. We went there for drinks, and it was a great vibe in there.
Yeah, it was cool actually. I
Yeah.
like that. So kind of Frank and
Did you go upstairs?
yeah, well,
We
but
didn't
do you
go
know,
upstairs, did we?
you didn't see it, but I did because Rachel took me a little tour and she showed me upstairs is massive, isn't it? Like kind of opens up into this kind of big club kind of thing. But you wouldn't think because downstairs is just like a dinky little pub. Well, not that dinky, but you know, it's kind of like a pub with a fairly big club upstairs. Yeah, Rachel took me a walk. We
Yeah.
were out chatting away, Mark.
I was
but-
chatting away. I missed that, but I did enjoy the pub, and I enjoyed the DJ was playing some great tunes. I enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
speaking of great tunes, Joe, your alter ego Minerva Wakes has made a new music video that's out just in
Indeed.
time for what is it? Is it a moon? Is it a moon thing or is it equinox thing?
It's well,
Minerva Wakes
Equinox
always did
is-
stuff to do with the moon.
Yeah, Equinox is coming up soon. Yeah, so do you know what? There wasn't masses of planning and when it was launched because I'd planned to have that video done at the start of summer, but because my back flared up again, I was like I couldn't really think well enough to do it. So you'll notice in the video it's all like cherry blossoms and spring flowers because it was all filmed before my back flared up, and then yeah, that's me just getting around to editing it. But so I quite like that idea though. It's almost like filmed in spring and then it's like zooped through summer, and then it's getting launched kind of just as a last celebration of kind of spring, summer, high energy bits of the year, and then going to kind of come into autumn now. So yeah, leading a last kind of hurrah for a last hurrah. Who says that?
I
Don't
said
it?
that. Do you know what? I actually said that. I've been saying that for the last week, and I don't know where I got that from. The last hurrah, was that part of it? But yeah, I've been saying that as well. I think you got that from me.
Well,
So,
yeah, it's the last hurrah for spring. There we go.
so this is your new
COVID
video
art.
that you just launched this week. It's in fact, I'm just going to put the YouTube link in the comments again because Minerva Wakes is at 230 subscribers. Can we get that up a bit? So can people? I've clicked that. That's the YouTube link. If you just want to go and subscribe to Minerva Wakes, and we'll watch this video together. Let us know in the comments. Lou says hello, Joe. Is
Hi,
Joe
Lou.
Jive going to fly in for Gallus? Love her cherry tunes. There is rumours that Joe Jive will be flying into Gallus Adventures. I guess we need to wait till tomorrow to find out. All the way from Brooklyn, the diva that is Joe Jive We've got Love of
Right,
the Cherry
yeah.
Blossom, Dope Vid. Okay, Shelto Mel's in the house as well. We
Hey,
can
Mel.
confirm that Shelto Mel will be at Gallus Adventures next week, and since she's going to be doing a hip hop poetry set, then we might as well. I've asked her if she would play some tunes because she did a great job at the Secret Animal Garden party, and we are celebrating 50 years of hip hop, so hopefully she's just going to bring some hip hop bangers to keep us going throughout. What is Blowing Mind about? Introduce the song, Joe, and we'll play it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of the point in the, if anybody doesn't know about the Minerva Awakes kind of project, it's an album of music, a little book with poetry and a short story, and some like a collection of art that all kind of tie together to tell the story of the goddess Minerva awakening, kind of somewhat modern, slightly dystopian times. So this song is kind of the point where she's kind of getting in about the world, and she's like, "Oh, this is amazing." And in the short story, it's called The Wire, kind of like the personification, I guess, of the humanity and kind of all our, So she's seen all like the wonder and the beauty and the playfulness, but the wind, who's like very ancient and been cutting about with a wire for a while, is like, well, yeah, it's all good, but just kind of be a bit cautious because it's not all good. So yeah, that's basically what.
Well, let's clear that up.
This is.
No, it's an amazing concept. The Minerva Wakes book, album, check it all out. But this is called Blowing Mind. It's just came out this week. Let us know in the comments what you think.
I see a vision, I'll take you away. It's not really her. I read the lines scripted for her mission, but she recites them too well. Oh, so well. You touch the skin that should feel like plastic. She doesn't mind that you're feeling fucking fantastic. She's blown your mind. She's blown your mind. She's blown your mind. She's blown your mind. You touch the skin that should feel like plastic. She doesn't mind that you're feeling fucking fantastic. She's blown your mind. She's blown your mind. She's blown your mind. She's blown your
It's called that radio. Talking piss deliberately since 2020. We're live with GLUCO. We're live with Joe D'Arc, and we just heard Blowing Mind. And cracking video from Minerva Wake says Jigsaw Tiger.
Cheers.
Yep, fucking fantastic, says Epi. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Thank
Says
you.
Stuart. That's put me in the right place. Loved it.
Cool.
Lewis
Thank
says,
you.
was listening to Mirrored Moon on my walk earlier. It's such a fantastic and uplifting album.
Oh, cheers, Lou.
Intriguing, weird and beautiful, says Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, yes, Joe, how you doing, says CJ.
Hey, CJ.
So Mirrored Moon is the album. GLUCO, did you enjoy that?
I really enjoyed that, man. It's not my usual kind of music, but I feel I was still dancing away to it, man. It was class.
Amazing.
Nice
And
one.
Mirrored
Cheers, mate.
Mirrored Moon is out now on all the platforms, on the Bandcamp. Is there CDs left?
There is a few CDs left. I'll not be getting more done, and there isn't loads actually. Yeah. So, but there's still
books,
some left.
And there's artwork
Prints.
stuff.
Yeah,
There's
there-
prints. Hold on.
I'm thinking of maybe finishing the run of prints kind of soon as well. Actually, I'll maybe do some at Christmas, for like kind of Christmas time. But then I think that's going to be it. Maybe I'll make some kind of limited edition bigger prints, or something like that. But yeah, it's coming to the end of yeah. Look at you. Yeah. So it's coming to the end of these. There's a few left at A4. I don't even know if I've got all of them, but
Mark's got them all.
I know, yeah. But yeah. So what's left? I'm going to kind of put up, and then probably not get another run of A4 done. Maybe get some slightly bigger ones done for Christmas, and then that'll be it. Done. On to the next project.
MinervaWakes.bandcamp.com, is it?
Yes, they should be up there, or Etsy. Oh, I don't know actually what my.
Let's just
I
go
think they're still up there.
MinervaWakes.bandcamp.
Maybe I took it off of Bandcamp because it was a bit confusing.
All right.
Maybe I did. I don't know if that was the right thing to do. But...
Well, just message us. Try Bandcamp and then message us if you're.
Yeah,
if you want to
it's like Joe D'Arc Etsy. I can't remember. Joe D'Arc Arts or Dark. Oh, I don't know.
You find that out because that's the
Sorry.
phone ring.
Your call is very important. Please hold.
It's the anti-social worker.
Yo, how's it going, man? Nothing but love for you. Nothing but love.
All the way from London,
Yeah, East London originally. Yeah, I live on the East Coast now. Yeah.
the East Coast. How's things down there?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah. We're going swimming in the sea tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Amazing. Joe's a cold swimmer.
Yeah, indeed.
Is that not? It's not a cold swimmer. What you called?
I don't know.
Cold
Cold water
therapy?
ducking?
Yeah, wild water, yeah.
A
Yeah.
duke. We call it
Man,
a
I
duke.
was
Going
at
for a
that
duke.
Falls of Phallic
Yeah.
yesterday. Have you been there?
Where's that?
The Falls of Phallic.
Oh, no, it looks beautiful though.
It was there last night, man. It's such a nice place.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I want to go. It does look beautiful. Cold though. Waterfalls are really cold, aren't they? I think. But
Using it as well needed the
yeah.
work, man. It was like good.
yeah. I was in the Forth the other day, so it's like that was cold as well. Like, good though.
So you like it? Everyone in this conversation, apart from me,
You would
likes a
like it if
duke.
you did it as well, Mark.
I've done it.
Try to
I've done
persuade
it.
him to come.
I've
He's
done
like,
it. You
"No."
know, I mean, I don't like to be called a shite bag, so I'll do it just to prove that I'm not a shite bag. But also, I'm that old now that peer pressure doesn't work. I've earned my stripes. I don't need to prove nothing to nobody. So, but
It's
I don't
like
think I
that
get
Billy
this-
Connolly line, isn't it? You know, like the Billy Connolly line. You go swimming in the sea, and your genitals go internalized. You know, it's like that. Or you go in with your woolen swimsuit on, and it comes out like a sock. But I'm going with my mother-in-law. Tomorrow. That'll be a new experience. Swimming with my mother-in-law.
So,
in her 80s, bless her.
how long have you been going for a duke in the water, Paul?
What, me?
Yeah.
I've started doing it every night. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, man, you feel so refreshed. It's quite spiritual. Yeah.
And how long have you been doing that for? Every night? How long have you been doing that for?
Eh?
How long have you been doing it every night?
Oh,
for?
I've only just started it recently. Just a pal of mine. He just said, "Do you want to come out swimming?" And it's better to do it with other people than do it on your own. You know what I mean? Just in case you get into trouble, because there's no lifeguards there anymore, so you might drift out.
Tory cunts.
Hey?
Sorry, Tory cunts. Tory cuts.
Tory cut. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the silent N. Yeah, that's it.
So, what you been up to, man? So the last time, for people who don't know, we had anti-social worker Paul on the show. Was that about a year ago now?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's about a year ago. Yeah, October.
We had a great
last
chat
year.
Friday night. I don't know if it was still lockdown or what was going on, but what you been up to since?
Well, I've been writing so much stuff. I've written stuff for a new album. We're going to do another album, hopefully on M1 Records, just like the first album. And we were really lucky. So we got plays on Radio 1 extra 6 Music with that one. But I've got enough lyrics for a new album. I might even do a free-form jazz album with some old schoolmates of mine from the London New Towns, where it'd just be totally improvised. And I'll just do some poetry over the top of that. So we're looking into that as well. I'm looking to do a lot more festivals. If there's any promoters out there who want me to do anything, I'll travel anywhere. And I hope to do Glasgow next year in one of the smaller tents. Just spreading. Yeah, just spitting my truth, man, as always.
Would you like to do any of your poetry live right now?
Yeah, man, I've got a new one. I mean, as I probably I went through a very, very dark time recently because I lost my mum, my brother, my younger brother. He's my only sibling, and my dad, all in the space of 2 years. So my whole family unit was wiped out, and so I went in. I had a very dark period in my life, but I'm out of that now. So my inner strength got me through it. But there's a poem I wrote about it, which. Apologise if it offends anyone, the dark humour in it, but it got me out of the darkness into the light. And if it makes one person feel slightly less alone, then it's worth doing. But this is called Don't Feed the Darkest Dog. I've been there, so I can say these things. I went from super strong to super fragile. I wish I could say that my life is a joke, but I can't because jokes have a meaning. Are you a rope? Because I want to hang with you. Bleach solves so many problems, stains, dirty dishes, messes, overpopulation. What's the hardest line to draw in a hospital? a flat line. Sometimes I get jealous when my phone dies. What's the similarity between a broken pencil and my life? They're both pointless. I woke up this morning thinking it was going to be a great day, but then I realised I was alive. The more suicidal people there are, the less suicidal people there are. Go hard or go yard, that's what some people say. Go loud and proud, that's what other people say. Go out with a big loud bang, that's what I say. Sking man style. You want to know why I love trains? They end my suffering. I'm like a faulty fridge, cool but broken inside. I was going to throw myself off a ship, but I didn't want to go overboard. To whoever stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now. Knock, knock, who's there? I don't know anymore. Are you a toaster? Because I want to take a bath with you. Why did I walk across the road? To get hit by a car. Do you know why I wish grass was me? So it can cut itself. I always like walking in the rain so no one can see me crying. Call me a bad economy with high interest rates and low spending because I'm in a great depression. What's the difference between depression and your ex? Depression fucks you harder. I went into a library and asked for a book on how to commit suicide, and the librarian said, fuck off, you won't bring it back. Espresso, depresso, peak, bleak, rude mood, depressy, grippy sock vacation, doom scrolling, suicide, minty bee, unalive. I had pasta tonight. I finished my shampoo and conditioner at the same time. Family distress. Please don't feed the darkest dog. Get professional help and walk like a champion, talk like a champion, and enjoy the beautiful struggle they call life. Thank you.
Amazing, man, amazing.
It's a heavy one.
That was a bit heavy for a Friday night, but the library one, the library line. I seen both me and Gary had a chuckle at that one. Yeah, no, amazing stuff, man. It's just, you've quit the booze, is that right? And
man, I
cut
the
saying
booze
that you've quit. You're off the booze.
I've been drinking since I was 14 years old, and not heavy, but I've always drunk. It's always been. I've never done a gig sober, nothing like that. Or you might smoke a bit of weed before you go on, but I've never ever done a gig sober. But I sent you a link of a gig I did recently sober, and it got one of the best reactions I've ever had. So it just goes to prove. A bit like the guy out of Sleaford Mods, he quit alcohol recently as well, Jason, and he said he thinks clearer. His focus is clearer. But yeah,
the
man.
First time I did a sober gig, it was years into being performing, and the only reason that we didn't drink before is because we're playing this venue in Leeds, and the promoter refused to give us a drink on stage, and we were skinning and we couldn't buy one.
Yeah.
And we had to just go and do it. And but I did. It was from that point onwards. It was quite a good. I still sometimes have one. I usually have one pint before I go on stage.
Yeah.
And,
just to calm the nerves. Yeah.
Just one. But then I do like to test that every so often. So when I was doing the Edinburgh Fringe with Dan McGarvey a couple of weeks ago, because he doesn't drink, I was like, right, I'm just going to do it sober. And yeah, definitely, you get there. You actually feel a bit scared. And you get an actual adrenaline rush off it, because obviously the alcohol numbs you to the fear, but it also numbs you to the nice chemicals that you get once you come off stage. So I
only done my first sober gig like a couple of years ago as well, man. Like I always thought, like I had to be like wasted to be that version of myself, man. And then like after, see, once I done like my first sober gig, it was like just what you were saying. It was like the reactions and all that just felt. Like it was just a different. It felt like it was my first gig ever, man. And like,
yeah, man. I'll tell you a funny story about that. When I was on London Pirate Radio, because I used to DJ on Pirate Radio, playing a lot of old school hip hop and rare grooves and that. And I remember I used to drink like about half a bottle of scotch with Coke in a bottle before I did my show. And I always thought my shows were great when I was doing them. And I'd play them back on the old cassettes when you take them on cassettes. And it was like absolute dog shit. The whole show. It was like, some records were started at the wrong speed. I was slurring my words. But at the time, I was absolutely mashed, completely off my nut, obviously. But I thought, Jesus, this is the best show ever. But it turned out, so I had to moderate that as well when I was doing Pirate Radio. Yeah, it's a leveler. It's a great leveler.
We've got
But
some
yeah,
comments
it's all
coming
going, it's all going well, man.
from your
It's all good.
Mel. Shelto Mel says that was fucking brilliant.
Oh, thank you, Mel.
I think I might do the opposite and start drinking while doing gigs.
Why not, man?
Well,
Call
Mel,
me get
you're
alcoholic.
I've never seen you drunk, Mel. So why no? I think it's a problem when it becomes a habit or a ritual. Do you know what I mean? And you rely on it. That's when it's stay off the booze. Also, Mel, you're on Facebook. I've noticed everybody who's watching this on Facebook, go to YouTube. It sounds better, looks better. Get on Facebook and Twitch isn't really working for us anymore. They always cut us off for copyright. Stay off the booze. It lets you enjoy your stone better. That's another good point. How can you can't enjoy being absolutely stoned at your box if you're steaming. So CJ says absolutely brilliant, mate. Forgive and move on is the only way to survive, says Stuart.
Yeah.
Fantastic, says Marion Millen.
Thank you, Marion.
Who did it earlier on. She liked your one, but she asked, do you have subtitles earlier on? So probably couldn't understand what
for
anybody
me?
else was saying before you. But yeah, we don't really have subtitles.
There was no London slang in that. Normally, I'm all, my London slang. It's quite.
Yeah, no.
Quite,
could you give us a? We're going to stop the show question. Could we end with some London slang? Can you give us your best London slang? Because we don't really we don't really do that so much.
Well, I'll
Hank
give you
Marvin. We've got Hank Marvin. That works. I don't know if GLUCO.
Yes, Darwin. Yeah. No, but I'll quickly do a poem called Grime that's coming off the new album. That's got a bit of slang in it. It's called Grime. It started in the early noughties in East London City, from pirate stations like Rinse and Deja Vu getting litty. The forerunners were so solid, heartless and pay as you go. Fruity Loop software cut to dub plates for their show. Dizzy claimed his song Crime was the first grime tune, but soon it would lead to a mainstream boom. Music reflecting what's going on in society, to the world and each other. Everyone's angry. The sub-bass sound was termed by hacks as grimy. Soon producers battle in war dubs for a fee. Lord of the Mics DVD sold in Roman Road. Record store Rhythm Division knew the code. TV Channel U became a base for new grime. Bizzle's Pow caused fights in clubs and bands. Form 696 caused draconian shutdown for fans. It became the soundtrack for student protest. The new punk putting the government to the test. Ye invites grime artists on stage to racism at Brit Awards. Soon Storms would headline Glasgow to full accord. D-Double did a Christmas TV ad about a grimy house. Nasty TV show was worldwide for those with nous. Tories called them boasting macho idiot rappers, but it was capturing a life on the street as trappers. I have loved this 8-bar music from time, and I'm an angry poet. I'm gassed to name grime. Thank you.
Amazing. Brilliant stuff, man.
Yeah, man. It all started about a year from where I was raised, really. It's all in Bow, East London E3.
I'm actually going to put a link to the chat that we had before for anyone who wants more. We've scheduled in to try and have a proper catch up in October.
Yeah, man.
Because the end of festival season means it's the start of podcast season. So
yeah.
Now that because people,
I hope you're well, man. You said you've been suffering as well. What's the matter with you, man?
Just tired, mate. I'm just tired. You're
stressed
it's
out.
A long summer. It's been a long year. It's been a long year, but.
Well, you've been double busy, haven't you? You've been doing festivals, you've been doing promoting gigs, the whole bit.
It's a lot.
Gyro
it's
babies.
But hopefully, do you know what? I'm going to take the next month just to kind of work on You Call That Radio. Let's get some live sessions on. Let's get some interviews. Let's get some satire as well. I've been doing a bit of the news satire the last week, and I'm starting to get into my flow and my editing again. So I'm hopeful that hopefully we can get the Patreons up a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to need to take another job on the side. Marion Millen says, no, that was a joke. I'm in California and You Call That Radio popped up live this morning. I love hearing the language spoken by you. Well, thank you very much, Marion. Shouts to California. And
wow.
Yeah.
You're going global, Mark.
We're international.
Yeah.
We've got the east coast of England here. We've got California. And we've got
We got
CJ's and
New
Ardrossan.
York, Peckham,
And Ardrossan,
Glasgow.
you know what I mean? It's Coat Bridge. It's Coat Bridge to Ardrossan via East London and California. We've always been international, Paul. We've always been international.
Yeah.
People from Kilburn and everything listen to this show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just put up a link because, Marion, if you're watching this on Facebook, we don't go on Facebook that often because Facebook's pish. It's a load of pish. What would you, a single
for old
fish?
Dude, isn't it? For old
That's
dude.
do you know that's our patter, a single fish. Do we have any more Cockney rhyming slang?
What, for me?
Well, yeah, you or GLUCO.
But what about the glass bottle? Like, I've actually found that I thought this was like a full Scotland thing, right? But what we call a glass bottle of ginger a rammy, right? But I've met quite a lot of Scottish people that don't call it that either, right? So I don't know if that's maybe a Coat Bridge thing.
Well, Harris is Aristotle, glass and bottle and glass arse. Yeah, I know. He's so intricate, isn't it? It's like
an Aristotle for a glass and bottle.
Yeah, Harris. Yeah, she's
Harris.
He's got a nice Harris. Yeah.
I love this shit. I love this part. I don't think I would have a clue what's going on. But I think I'm going down to. I think we're maybe coming down to London in November or December potentially. So while we're there, we're going to. I don't think we're going to have the full bandways, but I'm definitely going to maybe try and do a wee bit of spoken word or maybe a backing track gig or something.
I'd love to work with you. I really would. And that promoter in Newcastle, you know, you were talking about, if he wants to get in touch, I'd love to go up there.
Yeah, I think it was Don I was talking about. Yeah, he does some great work. A glass check is what we call a bottle of juice, a bottle of ginger. Also, we call it ginger. We call it ginger, but ginger means
the other funny one.
You get alcohol, water, and juice.
Yeah, the other funny one is money. Like if you're going on about, you know, like a cockle is 10, a score is 20, a pony is 25 quid, you know, a bullseye is 50, and then you go a ton, and then you go a monkey is 500, and then someone says, and then there's a baboon, and they go, what's a baboon? You go, a monkey with a red arse. That's just silliness. Sorry.
No, that's good. No, it's good. A rammy is a fight in Lanarkshire. That is also true. Right. Well, a rammy can mean a couple of things, though, can't it? Because, I mean, for me, a rammy is a fight, but also it's turned into a rammy can also be a positive thing, I would say as well. Yeah. Like, you know, say, for example, there's a few people just having it's meant to be a quiet night and then it turned into a pure rammy. It wouldn't always necessarily be negative. Depends on how you say it. It's like calling someone a roaster. Oh, no, a pure roaster can mean a positive.
Mark, have you got time? Have you got time to play that speech I did at Burston? I sent you the YouTube link. I think that's important. With, you know, because Keir Starmer is so in with Murdoch and all that Murdoch press, and I know you were going on about UEFA and
yeah, no, I was going on about UEFA.
You were going in hard, man.
They blocked me, and all I was trying to do was promote football.
Yeah, I know.
Football.
Yeah.
We're trying to promote football. And the thing is that there's other things now. UEFA don't realise that people have got PlayStations, they've got Netflix. I've got people my age that go up, climb mountains for fun. And football needs to, they need me more than I need them. They need the podcast to promote their sport. But they banned me. But I'll be phoning UEFA next week. Stay tuned for that. I've not given up on that. Marion saying most impressive to use shampoo and conditioner at the same time. Found you call that radio during lockdown in California. Did a lot of vicarious travelling in the UK in those years. Yes, Marion, well done, and well done for getting the bus to YouTube. I've seen you've switched from Facebook to YouTube. Let that be a lesson to everybody.
When I said using shampoo and conditioner at the same time, that's analogy for doing something silly, you know, in your life.
Amazing.
Doing something silly, yeah.
The only one we use with the money is the ton. A ton is 100 quid.
Yeah, a ton, yeah.
That's about it. Yeah. I can't even think of it.
Carpet is 300 quid. There's so many in London. It's just hard to keep up with it all. But yeah, if you could play that Burston speech, because I know you were talking about you taking over the media from some Aussie.
Yeah, I bought the news.
I know you said that.
I bought the news after an Australian prick. Yeah. And basically, you call that radio owns the news. Yeah. So I'll just show you very quickly what I mean. But this is hopefully.
It's only 1 minute, that Burston clip. It's from Burston Festival, but that's what I do every year. I do like a big socialist speech, you know, from a media point of view, because obviously I used to be a journalist.
Okay, you've talked me into it. You've talked me into it. We're going to do it, but let me just plug the news. So if you go into You Call That Radio's videos, we've got the UEFA blocked us thing. We did an interview with Slug from Atmosphere, hip-hop legend, last night. If you've not seen that yet, go and check that out. The Return of the Archies, I did a wee 10-minute bit about that. Why did P. Diddy really give his bad boy artist right? That got 1.4 thousand views in a day. So that just kind of hit the algorithm nicely. We did a thing about the terror suspect who escaped from prison, but he's been caught now. We did a Burning Man update, and we did the festival transporter from Solfest. So basically, I'm going to try and do the news every single day for the next month, and then we'll probably have got enough money to get me through the next month, and then otherwise I'll need to get a job. So if you want You Call That Radio to keep cranking out the news, the interviews and the live sessions, then sign up for £3 a month at Patreon. It does help it, and it means that I can do it full time rather than part time. £1,000, yes, that's correct, Lindsay. £1,000 is £1,000.
They call that a bag. You know, in London they call that a bag of sand. Grand.
A bag of sand.
That's
See, I thought,
did you say like I'm earning 10 bags?
Did Mike Skinner know call it £1,000 don't come for free
yeah,
though?
Man. Yeah, streets. Yeah.
So is Mike Skinner know is he for a different part of London? What's the script there?
You know, he's from Birmingham. He ain't a Londoner. He's
okay, got you.
Yeah.
More
I like
belts. More leather belts. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is, Paul? The leather belts.
No, go on. What's that?
That's the Celts. Moan the Celts. Moan the leather belts.
Celts. I like Celtic. Celtic are my team.
A bag, yeah. Lindsay's laughing at a bag because that would mean something different if you asked for if you outside Central and you asked for a bag.
Well, you talk about smack.
Yeah, we're talking about smack. Depends on where you say it though. A bag could also mean a bag of coat. I suppose it depends on who you say it to, doesn't it? A pearl diver. That is actually true. Sorry, Angela's correct. A pearl diver.
We call it a lady Godiva, or we call it a jack.
Yeah, I've heard
Jack's
that
alive a 5. We call it a jacks. Or a ching. A ching. It's also called a ching.
A ching?
Ching, yeah. CHING.
Does that not mean coke?
No. Ching. Ching means a fiver.
A ching means a fiver. What does that mean? Ching, what is that short for?
I don't know. It's not rhyming slang. I don't know. I just something my mates.
What's the Roger Moores? What's the Roger Moores? I feel like someone's going to
dated. Sounds a bit dated to me. Roger Moore's? Was that
Roger
4?
Moores?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I reckon I'm going to say something wrong. A glove equals fiver. Lady Godiva, yeah, as Paul just said. Yeah. Or a deep sea diver. A deep sea diver as well is a true.
Yeah, they're a bit outdated. No one uses them anymore. Check up for the neck up. Attitude. Love baby doll. A broken toaster. See, you're just making things up. A roaster. A broken toaster. It must mean roaster. You got time to play that speech, Mark? Yeah, I'll play the speech, right? 1 minute, yeah. Right, okay, let me just find it. So it's the first link there. The first link. Your speech from Boston Festival. Yeah, man. So this is a socialist festival, and this was the first gig you ever played sober? Yeah, man, it was. But that wasn't it was a speech. It wasn't a poetry thing. It's just a 1 minute speech about Starmer. Yeah, he's a fucking Starmer. Who's like a Blair tribute act, you know. Yeah, I'm going to quickly bounce, man. So I'm going to go. Right, no worries, mate. Well, we've got no worries. GLUCO. Check out GLUCO's new single, Sunny Days. And cheers, man. Always a pleasure. I'll see you soon. I'll speak to you soon. We're going to stay. Man, we're going to stay and listen to Paul's speech. The first ever sober appearance a couple of weeks ago at the festival. Okay, let's go for it. Let's see. I'm the warm-up act for Clive Lewis, so what we call in grime circles a hype man. Brothers and sisters, I'm Paul Wellings, former NUJ father at Chapel, NME and independent journalist and a striker from the Wapping dispute. Thank you. Keir Starmer has accepted more hospitality from Rupert Murdoch-owned newspapers than the rest of the press combined. This has been a long-term affair.
Starmer became an MP in 2015 and served in the shadow cabinet of Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn. During this period, the Times newspaper played a key role in stopping Corbyn's attempt to become Prime Minister and was one of the favoured publications used by intelligence and military officials to leak information, presenting the Labour leader as a threat to national security. One time scoop on which Starmer's previous lunch partner, Sean O'Neill, was lead reporter, came on the 27th of February 2016 and was titled, "How Leadership is Taking Its Toll on Paranoid Corbyn." 4 months after this article, Starmer resigned as Shadow Immigration Minister, airing reservations about Corbyn's leadership and the need for a change of leader. Starmer then chose the Times to write his first national media article after being elected Labour leader, and his old lunch partner wrote in the paper with the headline, Sir Keir's charm is his decency. Up until now, he continues to write for the Murdoch press, probably under the guidance of the Prince of Darkness himself, Peter Mandelson. It's like a Blair tribute act. As someone who went on strike against Murdoch and experienced extreme police violence, this angers me. So you can all counter media bias with social media, vote Labour with no illusions to kick out the Tories and fight for a radical Labour Party. Thank you, comrades. Solidarity.
Nice speech. That's from the anti-social worker. Yeah, well done, mate. Well done. He's annoying, isn't he? Well, in fact, there's a good meme with Keir Starmer. Why does this year's Labour conference brochure look like a 1998 solo album of songs about why he left the band? Yeah, he's very uninspiring. What a, oh my God.
Keir starter.
I mean, I really dislike him. I've always disliked him. But it's like, what I do hope is I'm looking forward to, remember, just Tories getting voted out. I'm all for Tories getting voted out. Yeah. But this Labour crew just look like Tories again. Yeah, I don't support any political party. I think they should ban political parties, and then everyone's got to go as an independent, and then that means they vote on their actual what they think and what they believe, rather than voting to what they're doing, what their pal says.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a fair point to that. Have you got time to play any of that second link from the poetry?
Sorry, man, I don't. I really don't. I was supposed to finish at 8 o'clock, and I'm actually I'm half an hour late now.
All right, man.
But we're going to get you back in the show in October. We'll do a proper one. Cheers, GLUCO, for the sunshine, says Epi. Well done for being heard, says Stuart. A paraffin lamp is a tramp, according to Lou Rogerson. We still don't know what the Roger Moores is. Answers in a postcard for that one. This is You Call That Radio. Like I said, go and check out the rest of the stuff I've done. The interview I did with Atmosphere is out last night. Starts off a wee bit nervy. I think I was a bit nervous talking to him because he is such a legend. But as the interview progresses, we actually get more comfortable with each other, and it turned out to be a really good one. So check that out if you've not seen it already. I've put the link in the comments to our interview that we did a year ago. Hold on, did I do that? Did I do that? I'm not sure I did that.
That's the best interview I've ever done, man. That was really good.
So that's how to subscribe. No, that's the YouTube. Do you know? I'm going to put that in the link just now, just so people can watch it. If you don't know who Anti-Social Worker is, this is a good introduction. Anti-Social Worker, You Call That Radio, and yeah, we've got loads of stuff coming up. We're doing the Lindisfarne. There we go. So this is Anti-Social Worker interview here. So if you want a wee bit more chat from me and Paul, here's one we did earlier. It's, just pretend.
Blue Peter style.
Yeah, so that's the link for the interview we did about a year ago. It lasts for about, how long does it last for? It's about an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. 24 minutes, which is about...
And I had to go for an eyelash. Do you remember a slash?
You went for an eyelash. You went for a slash. Nigel is a tenor. A Nigel Benner.
Yeah, Nigel Ben, yeah, 10, yeah.
Good speech, says Angela.
Thank you, Angela.
Big middle in the US, looking for that beyond party solution. Yeah, I mean, you've got the choice of Trump or Biden. 300 million people the United States has got. Why are those the two options, Trump or Biden? That's crazy.
Biden's the lesser of two evils, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but he's just not well. He's
No,
not
he's
well.
not.
He's
No.
not well, and you know, despite it doesn't matter what you think about Biden's politics or anything like that. Just the guy is if he's
He's
not
too old to run. Yeah.
he's not. He's calling out people. He's getting everyone's name wrong. He can't
I know.
finish sentences. He's talking. He thinks people that are alive that aren't alive anymore. The guy needs to retire, man.
He's falling off bikes.
He's falling off bikes. He's falling up the stairs to his aeroplane all the time. The guy is going to die on, like, I think
On
it's
what?
like a cruel
Yeah.
reality TV show. This guy's going to die while he's president. It's weird that anyone's even considering it.
He looks like he's got early onset Alzheimer's, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would argue that it's not even early onset. I don't know. I mean, if you think about how, remember the debate between him and Trump, and was that 2018 or something? 2020 that would have been. During the debates, when was that? Yeah, but 2020.
Yeah.
The debates, he was actually quite slick. I don't know how he did that. I don't know what they gave him, some sort of medication. I have no idea. Maybe it was a dummy. Maybe it was artificial intelligence. I don't know.
I think he'd been on the crack pipe.
It's RFK. It says, Marion, interesting. You know, I don't agree with everything that RFK is saying, but it does seem like at least he's got some patter. He seems to be talking a good game at the very least. So, yeah, but he's not going to get a chance because he's independent unless, he wants to be Democrats, but Democrats are just going to go with Biden. They're not even considering anyone else. Peace and love, troopers, says CJC, is next week at Gallus Adventures. Correct. Anyone wants to come to Gallus Adventures next week, send me a message. This is for Patreons and supporters if you call that radio. The sales aren't publicly available. You need to send me a message and we'll sort you out.
I'd love to have played that. That looks great.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Bring your own bottle, free barbecue, camping. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, man.
Epi says, sharing knowledge of what corrupt fucks in Westminster are really doing is the best thing anyone with a platform can do. Thanks, anti-social worker.
Thank you, Epi.
Bless. Should give up the green. I think he's talking about Joe Biden. Support from both sides, says Marion. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I would like to continue this conversation longer, but I'm half an hour late, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Friday Night Phone-In. Now that festival season's over, we'll try and bring this back every single week now. So we're back with Friday Night Phone-In, and we're back with more stuff. Festival season is over. Long live podcast season. And we're going to end with a wee tune. I'm going to end with actually a song that I've not played since it's been that long since I've been live. And this is one of my tunes. It's not like we've made a full album that's kind of punkier, more punk rock, but we just made a wee nice tune, and it was the only one that was finished. And I wanted to release something during the summer because I don't want to be a nostalgia band playing old songs. So this is a new one.
Babies.
Gyro Babies. Just a nice wee song to finish it off.
Nice.
How can people get your work? Sorry, plug your things before I do that.
Well, it's all on at m1music.com. The album's still available, the first album. It's got the decent reviews everywhere. And a new album coming out. Keep looking out for when we go into recording studio. I've never felt better, Mark, since that dark period, man. I've never better. So, and I just hope that you're going to get health, wealth, and happiness as well, man.
I know what it's
You're doing an important job.
m1music.com for more antisocial worker.
That's it.
It's been getting played in Six Music. BBC introducing some great stuff there. Thank you very much, Paul. Keep up the good work, staying off the booze, going for your swims every day. You're seeming good, mate.
Yeah.
And we'll get you a proper chat with you next month. And if anyone wants to see this chat continue, I've put a link in the comments to us talking last year, and you can just pretend it's the same conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Love,
Jigsaw
man.
Tiger. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
this
love.
is Gyro Babies. It felt like the end. Bye.
Fucking right, I'm miles away. Hand on window, kind of day. I'm still in. I can't say I better wake up far away. Last place you'd expect me to. I'm still in. I can't say wish I could be more normal for you. Suitably goose looking through a lucky horseshoe. The things that sort you, sort of hurt you. And a piece of that pie as I cut above you. First there was light, then there was two. Then 3 words said that self-combust you. Trust you to think out loud, now she don't trust you. Honesty's a neat theory but in practice it's not good. Flirting with the truth and it fuss up the conscience. Plotting out stupid stuff that comes back to haunt you. As a lust, as a love, do I need you or want your head hurts, damn bust. Abandon the cartoon, smart moves for us vanished into a dark room. Process negatives, snap the void in the vacuum. Plans cause for alarm, like a harmony harms you. Come into the camp, but imagine the sand dune. Fucking right, I'm miles away. Hand on window, Kennedy. I'm still in. I can say I better wake you far away. Last place you'd expect me to. I'm still in. I can say still on the journey to be the best me. Obstacles on the road seem to be here to test me. You can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. You can't flee the next without ditching common sense. A petulant pest with questions for my friends. They would rather pretend that I'm back in the mend. Prevailing with lips shut, that would be telling. Silence is all, it is literally telling. Yelling at a red light, I'm not angry. Late for the funeral, I'm a dafty. Best laid plans end up quite badly. I can't be as savage as I used to be, sadly. Yelling at a red light, I'm not angry. In the passenger chair, taxi driver stares blankly. I'm still in, I can say fucking right, I'm miles away. Hand on window, kind of day. I'm still in, I can say I better wake up far away. Last place you'd expect me to. I'm still in, I can say